Woof.
Hey everybody, we are live here.
This is what you're doing.
Introducing the show.
Yeah, but that's my job. I set the intro. I set the tone. I'm the tone setter. You're the cleanup crew.
Yeah, but I just thought, I would change it up a little bit.
No, we did not. That's some bullshit.
I didn't know it would upset you that easily. I'm sorry.
Gosh, damn. Now you threw me off my whole vibe.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am JDUBBS.
And I am Big Will. And this is the Bears Broz Podcast.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that little intro was, if you're unfamiliar with what's going on in the NFL right now, there was a horrible domestic violence with Josh Jacobs from the Green Bay Packers.
Dumbass.
And we decided to do a show today to start off with talking about domestic violence in sports. And we just thought,
which also ties into we're getting to the end of mental health month, and domestic violence causes a lot of mental health issues for all parties, the victim, their families. I mean, even mental health may be the reason the offender does what they do. And, it's not a justification, because domestic violence, especially since there was an incident also recently in the WWE. A wrestler was arrested for domestic.
Was there?
Yeah, there we go.
But anyways, so as you were saying, so most of you probably watched the skit and thought like we were just screwing around. But if this was serious, if we were actually in a relationship, I mean, we're not. We could be, but we're not. How many people?
We're a team.
We could. Am I not your type? If we were gay? Wow, dude.
I'm sorry.
20-some years of friendship, I just found out he's not attracted to me.
That's right.
But how many of you wouldn't have given two shits if we actually did have a domestic violence because it's two guys, or if there was two women? I'm sorry. So really, what
girls, women,
really what it comes down to is when people think of domestic violence right off the bat. I know there was some. I think it was the WNBA. I think it was Griner. I can't think of her first name. But
Brittany
Griner and her wife. But how many people just think domestic violence is a husband to a wife,
or a wife attacking a husband? Because that's also one thing to keep in point. Domestic violence is not gender specific.
Right.
Very important point on that. But when we started kicking the idea of having this conversation, because Josh Jacobs, dumbass, if he did it, I mean, here's the key thing.
There's some serious counts he's being charged with.
Strangulation, the whole 9 yards. I mean, obviously he's denying it, because how often do you say, yeah, I did it? You don't hear that. But my wife brought up an interesting point of the one thing that we got to make sure when we have this discussion is that you take into the account of he is a pro athlete. There are a lot of people associated with pro athletes that will throw out a claim to make them look bad if they don't get what they want. Do this or I will ruin your life, and so on and so forth. And so the full details aren't out, other than he was arrested and that he's been bailed out. But yeah, strangulation, that is not something to joke around with. There was the Ray Rice issue forever ago.
Yeah.
What made it worse for him It was on video. Same thing with Kareem Hunt of him kicking the woman at the restaurant. It was on video. So far, there is no video evidence of what Josh Jacobs was being accused of.
You know, and the reason why, I mean, it's made public is because he is a professional athlete. He makes millions of dollars. He's a Pro Bowler. You know, he just but I wanna just go back to what you touched on. You know, it's not gender.
Very much not just gender specific.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this. You know, I'm not perfect. I am a male. I can be a jerk. But I don't stop it.
I'm just saying, especially
because you still haven't gotten your paycheck. Oh my God. Take it up with HR, not me.
I'm still feeling the arm injury.
Oh, your wife was sitting right next to you. Oh,
you
wait till we get off camera. You wait till we get.
I am not scared.
I'm just saying,
I've eaten bigger breakfast than you.
I'm just saying, like, I understand a spouse could rile you up, let's just say, and I get that. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't ever see a scenario where I would physically lay hands on a woman. Now, with that being said, I know people are gonna say, "Well, what if she was smacking you?" Okay, so you're gonna grab her arms, and you know, people are gonna say, "Well, you just what's the word I'm looking for?" Where you just whatever. I can't think of it. And I don't think there is any time that a woman or that a male should hit a woman. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky, and this is just my opinion. Let's say a male smacks a woman. She has every right to fight back and punch the guy, right? Now, does a male deserve to be hit, punch, kick, spat on, whatever, for absolutely no reason? No. I'm just saying, but there comes a time when you have to protect you. And I'm not, and I know I'm this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that all men are superior than women. I mean, I'm just saying if I want to be against Ronda Rousey right now, I would be okay with that because I would be like, take me.
There's not many dudes that Ronda Rousey can't whoop.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, there is nothing that a male should have to do to physically hurt another woman. You could grab her by the wrist, arms, throw her on the couch, sit her on the ground, and walk the hell away. Now, for strangulation, for punching,
that's not normal.
I'm just saying, from a guy's standpoint, we both have daughters, we both have wives, we both have female friends. It would piss me off to no extent to know that somebody physically, because they could not control themselves for whatever reason, and they assaulted a woman.
I agree 99.8%. And the 0.2% is only if they are going after my child.
No,
because I will monkey stomp any person on God's green earth if they are going after my children.
I don't think that you would physically hurt a woman. I don't think.
Like I said, it's the only time I would put hands on a woman is if they are going after my children and my children can't defend themselves.
I get what you're saying. I'm absolutely
not gonna attack her. I'm going to remove her from that situation.
You would never go up to a woman and physically assault her. Absolutely
not one bit. Full disclosure. My dad used to beat the shit out of my mom when I was little, before and after I arrived. And my dad was never around when I was a kid. It is the one thing that I say is that it's the biggest lesson my dad taught me, and he wasn't even there. Because, and I don't know if it's my mom embellishing things. I've heard some fucked up shit that he did to her before I was born, after I was born. Grandfather's calling hours. He got pissed off at her because she didn't make him a sandwich. Smacked her in the face. My uncle handled it when he got back to my grandparents' house. So domestic violence on that aspect has always been a key talking point in my life. My mom taught me from when I was knee high to a grasshopper. I've always wanted to say that line. Still don't understand what it means, but of the fact that a guy does not put his hands on a woman.
No, agreed.
Not in a harming way. And I have never. I mean, I had an ex put her hands on me. I walked away.
Yeah, and I just want to just reiterate. I wasn't saying that men are superior to women. I'm not saying that. I'm just that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But people are going to say, okay, well, what about an argument? Everybody has arguments. I mean, could that be? This is something I was thinking about. Could that be constituted as domestic violence? Because there is no definitive. I think when people think domestic violence, I think they think physical.
Well, to me, violence is physicality because an argument is just an argument. There's a difference between a domestic dispute and a domestic violence. Violence is when one person puts their hands on the other in a harmful way.
And it just sucks that, obviously nobody should ever, I do men, women, gay, straight, whatever. Nobody should ever be put in that position. And because, again, it's another NFL person, but, we could go to the NBA. I don't know if there's any MLB. I was trying to think of this today. I don't know if there's any, but MLB off. I can't think of the top.
Wasn't Aroldis Chapman suspended for that from when he was with the Yankees? Or was it when he was with the Cubs after the Yankees?
Maybe, but I'm just saying,
but
regardless, if it was you or me,
we would be in jail,
right? But because you're a professional athlete, see, no, and I know people are going to say, well, doesn't people deserve a second chance? I'm glad that Ray Rice never got a second chance.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I will say that he didn't get a second chance because he was not a star athlete at the time.
What I'm saying,
because Kareem Hunt got a second chance,
which is wrong. I'm just certain things
So yes and no, because everybody makes a mistake. You serve your suspension because there's word he's going to get a 6-game suspension, and all I'll say is 6 games. You could say that that's almost a third of the season, but it pales in comparison to the ultimate offender of this point, and that person added sexual assault to the resume. There is no reason why Deshaun Watson should be playing football in the NFL. None.
Nope.
Because when one person says it, you could say, hey, it's a rumor. He denied it. So 30, 3-0. And then 4 more, I believe 4 at least, came up after he started making his comeback. That's bullshit.
Yep, I agree.
Grade A bullshit.
And on top of that, he's making $230 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, it just.
I really would love to know what is in the mindset of the Cleveland Browns office.
Because of the Cleveland Browns who drafted 2 quarterbacks. Anyways, but domestic violence, no, there is no place for it.
But they drafted 2 quarterbacks, and then both of them may sit for a guy that hasn't played in 5 years and has all that baggage on him.
Cleveland Browns.
That's
Cleveland,
true.
2 words for you.
Shit is brown.
Cleveland Browns. But, I cannot sit here and say that I know exactly what Josh Jacobs or Ray Rice or Kareem Hunt or blah, blah, blah was going through. But there's just got to be something that makes you just walk away and whatever.
Especially when you're a pro athlete, you have all the eyes on you. Yep. Why would you put yourself in that situation? Even the wrestler who I mentioned, him and a female were making out in an elevator, and a guy on the elevator said, maybe next time have some manners. And the guy ended up punching him in the face. And that was his domestic violence charge, which to me, domestic violence, the way that they put that out there, to me, that's not a domestic violence. That's a fight.
Yeah.
To me, domestic violence will always be one attacks the other, not just a fight.
And remember, I know it's always it's predominantly male against female, but remember, it
Yes.
could be two women, it could be two guys.
Yes.
Just always remember.
You're at a bar and a woman gets into a fight with another woman. You know, you're looking at my man or whatever, and alcohol. You know, you got the beer goggles on, and you decide to throw down. That, to me, like I said, is a fight. To me, domestic violence is when a couple gets into a fight, a physical altercation.
You know, and again, I don't know what anybody was going through at that moment, but Josh Jacobs, if he did walk away, he could have been the stand up.
Yeah, he could have.
He could have had people say, you know what, in this situation, he chose to walk away, but obviously he did. I mean, I don't know what he was going through, but
in all honesty, and a buddy of mine who is a Packers fan, the first words out of his mouth when that happened is, "You can take the Raider at you. You can take the player out of the Raiders, but you can't take the Raiders out of the player." I mean, that right there is just mind-boggling. And I tried looking up if he's got a history of it, but I mean, one time is enough when it comes to you putting your hands on a woman.
Mm-hmm. So just always remember. Trust me, we're not in that situation. You know, just walk away and
save yourself a hell of a lot of trouble. Save you the legal fees.
And there was kids there, right?
I in all honesty, I tried looking up, and all they said was that he was arrested, and there's no charges yet. So I don't have the full details. And I mean, it may be an overblown situation, and I'll be the first one to apologize on next week's show. But when strangulation is added to the charges, that's a little excessive.
And just before we move on to the next topic, just always remember that just because Josh Jacobs is a millionaire, he's a this and that in the NFL, let's not forget the person that needs the support the most. And I'm not saying that Josh Jacobs, I mean, you're right, everybody does make mistakes. And I'm not saying that Josh Jacobs does not need support, but remember that there was another person, another human being. I don't care.
Less talked about because they are not a member of an NFL team. And it happens, you hear about it all the time. And like we were talking about with it being the end of mental health month. I listened to an interview it was either yesterday or the day before with Darren Waller, and about how the many things he had to overcome. And that's another tie into mental health is very important. If you need the help, go get it.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to ask for the help, because more extreme things could happen to you if you don't, whether it be the end of your existence, or you end up in jail, or who knows. And the people that aren't there for you weren't there for you to begin with, and don't need to be there for you to better yourself.
And just before we move on, it's just another black eye for the NFL. And remember, I just like to say, remember, it's just one person. Don't sit there and say, if you hear Joe Schmo from we'll just say the Cleveland Browns, he whatever. Do not think like everybody is a jerk like Ray Rice, or just don't think like and keep his wife, was it his wife or girlfriend? I can't remember. Keep the woman. Remember, she's the victim. So,
and before I got to get this out, because I know we're going to get comments. Doesn't matter that he plays for the Packers.
Oh yeah,
I give two shits what team he plays for. Deshaun Watson plays for the Browns. They're not our rival. Doesn't matter if there could be a player for the Chicago Bears that does the exact same thing, and I would have the same.
No, absolutely. And I'm glad that you said that, because this is how I learned it. Just real quick, I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across one of the thousands of Bear groups that you got me an hour ago earlier, and I saw "Goodbye, Josh Jacobs," and I ended up texting you immediately, and then I found out what happened. So trust me, this has nothing to do with being a Packer fan. It's just a human being, and
because it doesn't matter. In this scenario, the person supersedes the team.
Yep.
Because you're obviously not thinking of your team, just like I work at a major department store. I did the same thing. I'm not thinking of the people I work with and how this is me not being there is going to affect them. Because if I go to jail, I lose my job. Sadly enough, he's not going to lose his job because, one, like I said, Ray Rice never played again because he was not a star at the time as he was earlier on in his career. But ask Kareem Hunt, how many chances has he gotten? Kansas City twice, went to Cleveland, and other teams have given him a look because he could still play football. It shouldn't be that way because if you fucked up, whether you're a star or not.
But that's just what pro sports is. They don't really care, a.k.a. Deshaun Watson. Which, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, just one more thing. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is not I just don't want to see comments "fuck the Packers" because this has nothing to do with their organization. This is not what they stand for. So, just if you're going to make a comment, do not say "thank God it's the Packers." It's stupid. Remember, this is separate from the NFL. So,
absolutely, like I said, even if it was Caleb Williams,
yep.
So I would say the exact same thing. It would hurt because it would hurt our team, but
just because we're fans of the Chicago Bears doesn't mean that we're going to turn a blind eye and be like, "Oh yeah, it's okay."
Let's just give him a pass. That's okay. He beat the shit out of a woman and got strangled to be arrested and so on and so forth. You don't need to be there.
But all right, OTAs. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I should have looked it up. There, if you are a victim or you know somebody, please just go on Google, ask ChatGPT or whatever. There is help for domestic violence. You don't have to stay silent. There are millions and millions of people that will reach out to you and help you.
And I always say this: if you need an ear, I got to
reach out. Well, trust us, we got you. So, all right, OTAs, which stands for
off-season team activities.
Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, I was way off on my other.
I know the TA is team activities, but
okay. I'm gonna say over the counter, but anyways, that's one. Okay, so the video you sent me, I don't believe that our head coach Ben Johnson is giddy over Luther Burden. I think he is.
Well, he actually said it that his stock is high on Luther Burden because Luther Burden is his type of wide receiver. Because look at what he had in Detroit. He had Amon-Ra St. Brown, but then he went and got Jamison Williams.
Oh God, yeah.
The speedster, and that's what Luther Burden is.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing because Ben Johnson doesn't show much emotion until after, if he wins the game and he does the locker room speech.
He's got the greatest poker face when they're on the field.
Does he have a better body than me? Anyways, so I am excited to see Luther Burden because I know when we talked last year, I'm like, stop with the stupid ass tweets, because I don't. Again, this just proves what type of fans we are. We're Bear fans, obviously. You can tell, right? Bears up there if you can't read. Sorry, I was just trying to get more.
Another new shirt.
And when he came out with that tweet, I'm like, oh my God, just fucking stop. And what happened? I truly believe that he was sat down and he was like, and this coaching staff said, calm down.
He got humbled,
and you'll get your time. And when he got his time, he shined. Giddy?
No, it said, boy, did he.
Oh, I thought you said giddy.
No.
Oh.
No diddy.
Is that what we're doing?
No.
No diggity?
No diddy, no doubt.
Friends, holy shit. 24 episodes in, and the fucker finally gets a whatever. Anyways. No diddy. That was really good. I'm proud of you. But you know who produced them? Dr. Dre. There you go. There's some more knowledge. I'm just dropping fucking dimes on you right here. Anyways, as you can tell, Will is sporting it's a gun show. I mean, it's fucking cloudy up.
I got my John Moran on today. I'll say it this week.
Where's the gun?
Right there, right there. I'm ready for my OTA invite. Trying to make the team.
All right. Anyways,
hater.
So I told you before we came on the show about Roush,
Mm-hmm.
and how he's
from Stanford or whatever.
Yeah, we'll go with that. How he's going to make an incredible impact, and he has a chance to be this incredible tight end. Now, before you answer that, right after that, somehow I fat finger to Cole Kmet being traded.
I keep seeing so many trade ideas, like trade him to Baltimore for a fifth round pick or something.
I can't remember. I'm like, wait a minute. So Cole Kmet, who I'm a big fan, a big supporter of, and I'm going to say once again, when we draft, we were there. We had some insight on the draft when we drafted Colston Loveland, and all Cole Kmet did,
so excited to
took his lunch, came to work, did his job, did what was asked of him, didn't even care that he wasn't getting his normal. That's the guy that I want on the team,
and he will forever be. It would really hurt the fact that two guys that were responsible for two of the biggest catches. They showed I believe it was NFL.com, the top 10 plays in the NFL. Number one was the pass to DJ, and I believe it was either 3 or 4 was the pass to Cole Kmet.
Yep.
Why would you not want at least one of them on the team? Obviously, DJ in Buffalo, wish him the best of luck, and hopefully, they don't turn the game later on in the season into a revenge tour. It's we had an amicable breakup. We found the best situation. That's the one thing I'll give Ryan Pace. Oh shit.
You know what?
I think I need to do. I think I need to do a lap. I apologize.
Ryan Poles driving home, and his daughter's out there doing her homework. Goodness. I hope she's doing her homework.
Ryan Poles, please forgive me, Ryan Poles.
I don't even know who you are right now. You know what?
I am very sorry. I need to take a lap. Of the fact that there are 2 players that we traded. That we could have traded into whoever the hell we wanted to get the best deal for the team. He traded Justin Fields to Pittsburgh because that's where Justin Fields wanted to go.
Yep.
He traded DJ Moore to Buffalo because that was the best situation for him and got us the best deal because nobody thought we would get a second-round pick for DJ Moore. Everybody thought it was going to be a late-round pick, and which – baffles me in the fact that he's been a reliable receiver his entire career and so on and so forth. And I wish him the best of luck in Buffalo. I have every intention of getting, if he's there long enough, a Buffalo Bills jersey of his because I have no issue with him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And, going back to the tight end, I just want to say 2 words for you. Greg Olsen. Remember? Oh, we didn't need Greg. No, hold on. And we didn't need Greg Olsen. And where did he go? He was having a pretty good career. I'm just saying, I want to finish what I was talking about. Do not trade Cole Kmet. I believe it would backfire on us tremendously. I'm just saying.
There's a
big
difference in the situation. And I'll give
you keep on saying if Colston Loveland was healthy, that pass would have gone to him.
I do.
But who did it go to?
It went to DJ.
Just saying.
Oh, are you talking about the one in the game that Cole Kmet? Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah,
sorry, I thought you meant the first.
Against
the first down.
I'm just saying. You take a guy like Cole Kmet, who was the starter. We get this number 10 pick.
A veteran leader.
And why didn't we take Warren again? I forget. Why didn't we?
I'm still wondering about.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, I was thinking about this the other day, and it just comes to me every now and again. Greg Olsen was great for Chicago. He was a workhorse, packed his lunch, and then we traded him. And then who did we have?
Yeah.
Just saying. of course, I do not have a word in what the Chicago Bears do. I just sit here and yank his shoulder out of socket every now and again, and I drink heavily. I'm just saying, somebody who came to work and said, okay, push the new guy, I'm going to do whatever you need, comes up big, probably his biggest catch of his career, and you saying,
and then there was also the game where against Baltimore, Caleb tries to make the play in the end zone,
right,
and it gets intercepted. What happens in the very next game? He throws a floater to Cole Kmet in the end zone. Basically the exact same play. Because he knew he could throw it and Cole was going to catch it. It happens.
I thought I heard it. Sorry. Anyways.
You might have.
But no, go ahead.
But about what you're saying about Greg Olsen, there's a big difference between this situation and that situation. Because if, heaven forbid, we trade Cole, it is to better the team. The reason why we traded Greg Olsen is because Mike Martz is a dumbass and had no use for tight ends. Ben Johnson knows tight end play. Again, Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta basically disappeared before he got injured with the Lions after Ben came to Chicago.
I'd like to clarify that. I was just given,
No, it's a perfect example. It's just the scenario is different because
Mike Martz was a complete fucking idiot. Oh, the Rams.
He benefited from the greatest show on turf.
I just want to say that, you give me what the Rams had, I could call fucking plays and look like a genius. But anyway,
it's just like what I said about John Harbaugh about, speaking of that, he brought something to my attention. Speaking of when I made that comment. The fact that I meant to say Ray Lewis and I said Ray Allen. Yeah, he pointed that out to me and I'm like, I did? The reason why John Harbaugh succeeded was because he had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed to anchor his team. Haloti Ngata, T. Sizzle, and Terrell Suggs.
Tony Saragusa, I can keep going. No, it's just funny. Was this last week or was this a few weeks ago?
It was a few weeks ago.
Okay, we can't do that shit. You can't expect me to remember a few weeks ago.
No, I because you pointed out after we were done recording that. Do you realize you said Ray Allen? I'm like, wait a minute, I did?
Okay, works for me.
So he was right, I was wrong.
Usually how
write it down in the archives. I admit
usually
it.
How it goes. Fans, have you ever known me to be wrong? No, see?
Except when we're giving our predictions for
sports. Got way off on that fucking shit. Hell yeah.
So,
shit.
Are you getting tired of this whole stadium debacle as I am?
So I don't understand. Are we moving or are we staying?
I've heard so many things. Like I watched the video just before I left to go pick my kid up from school and then head here. That now the Illinois government has a bill basically sitting there waiting to save the day and keep the Bears in Illinois. But now there's an issue that the Bears didn't pay it was like $100,000 or something for a traffic study.
Wait, how much? I'll just cash you at that right now.
I was just saying, can we make installments? I'll go grab some bottles and cans, but that's delaying us going to Arlington Heights. And are we staying in Soldier Field? Are we moving to freaking Indiana? I got people at work saying, the Bears are they going to be the Gary Bears? And it's Hammond, Indiana.
So here's my shout out to Justin Daly. Stop sending me stuff about the Indiana Chicago Bears or whatever the hell you sent me. Mr. New York Giant fan, Jackson Dart, whatever.
Yeah, I forget. Where did the New York Giants play football?
New Jersey.
And you're going to talk trash to us?
Yeah, he likes to send me every now and again something about the new Indiana Bears. And I mean, it's funny, but anyways, I just got to give a shout out to my good friend Daly. But you know what? I think there's something we're missing. You're going to tell me that the only holdup right now is a $100,000 ticket?
I mean, it's a power play of, are we leaving? Are we going to Indiana? I honestly think the Bears don't want to go to Indiana, or they would have announced it. Supposedly, the deadline to make the official announcement and this bill that's sitting there waiting for us retires on the 31st, from what I heard this morning. So the 31st is what, in 3 days? So hopefully we get somewhat of an answer, because it's like, ever since we bought the Arlington Heights land, which belongs to the Bears, that, oh, we're moving to Arlington Heights. Oh, they're gonna build around current Soldier Field, and then all of a sudden Indiana came out of nowhere of, they'll pay for everything. And I mean, it's like, make a decision. How hard is it? I understand I don't understand finances, but every other team could say, "Oh, we need a new stadium. Let's just make it happen." The Chiefs, oh, we're going to Kansas.
Well, look at what Buffalo.
Yeah,
I mean, right here's what is the new stadium, or what is the new area, whatever. And guess what? They went over here a stone's throw, because I can throw it even with my bum shoulder. I can throw it from there. Okay, listen, I'll pull your other one out of your socket. Laugh at me again. Okay, that's what Buffalo did. Okay, we were there when they were building it. We were there. So, like I suggested,
can't afford to go to the games because the NFL teams price out their loyal fans. But that's a whole nother topic of discussion again.
So Chicago just upgrade the stadium right there. You've done it before. Just
and make it bigger, add a roof, because obviously we're getting it done regardless of where we're at. I'll be highly shocked. Super Bowl, WrestleMania, because I mean, we have one of the biggest wrestlers in the company from Chicago, and they like going to Chicago ever since he's been there. How do you think it would be if you had a WrestleMania in Chicago?
Well, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins is from Iowa. He's a Bears fan.
Bears fan, but he's CM Punk.
Bears fan, but CM Punk, ever since he's returned to wrestling, even when he was in AEW, of being in Chicago was a big deal because of CM Punk. And now that WrestleMania only happens in stadiums, how awesome would that be to be able to say WrestleMania is in Chicago?
Well, just personally, you would never shut the hell up. My phone would go off 24/7.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't be able to afford to go to it anyway.
Yes, you would. Stop it. You're
okay.
Bears Broz is going to come through.
Hold on. WrestleMania 40 was in Philly. I wanted to take my son to WrestleMania. My wife and I jumped online the moment the tickets went on sale. The cheapest tickets were in the 4-digit range.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, stupid, crazy.
That's the reason why we watched it sitting on my couch.
Absolutely. I didn't get an invite, but it's neither here nor there. It's fine.
Just saying. I tried to manifest us going to the Bears Broz game. I told my one, other than the fact now that it's going to be freezing cold. I told my son, we'll end up going to B-Dubs. And
unless the company that I work for, they have season tickets, and I was like, hey, I'm a Bears, but anyways, never.
I literally I listen to sports radio the majority of the time I'm at work. And they had a contest. I heard about a contest where you can get tickets to every home game of your favorite team. I was almost going to lie and say I'm a Bills fan just so I could get Bills tickets.
Do that. Holy shit.
And get tickets to that game, because other than that, I mean,
I would. Lying is what, shapes the world. Did I just really say that out loud? Anyways, sorry, I'm just trying to show off the merch here. But I have an odd shaped head, and I just don't know if my hats. See, I just don't.
That's what I've learned. The stretch fit hats, they don't like my head. So I mean, this one
just showing off the merch, But I don't know. So we covered domestic violence, OTAs. We talked about the new stadium. What is next? Is when do we?
Oh
shit!
So June 1st is right around the corner. And I'm wondering how many big name players are going to get traded after June 1st. Obviously, A.J. Brown is done in Philly. It's pretty much a done deal.
Oh, he's going to the Patriots.
Yeah. How funny would that be if all of a sudden another team swooped in and took him? Because I know they're talking on the radio of many ESPN shows that the Chiefs should swoop in and try to steal him now that Rashid Rice is possibly up for charges for his situation. Because if you're a pro athlete, get a fucking driver. You have enough money to hire a driver no matter what time. Uber, 24 hours.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
No, but I also heard that that's where Stephon Diggs was going on a 1-year prove-it deal to the Kansas City Chiefs or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? But, wait. Speaking of that, I just sent you EJ.
Yeah, AJ Epinesa, formerly of the Bills, has come in for a visit. This is what led me to want to have this conversation.
Corey from BWO. I'm just saying.
Little Will, my son, big time Bills fan. I'm going to guarantee I will never hear the end of it if we ended up signing him because his deal with the Browns, because he realized, hey, it's the Browns. I failed the physical.
But I saw his stats, and he's played 4 or 5, 6 years, and he's had 6+ sacks each year, and he's had 10+ quarterback pressures each of his years in Buffalo.
Now I forget, is he a linebacker or a defensive end?
He's like a defensive lineman. I'm going to say
he would definitely your rotation idea about bringing people off the bench to back up, because everything I've seen so far, Austin Booker.
Yeah.
Austin Booker.
Say it one more time. There you go.
Of the fact that he's going to be the other guy on the other side of Sweat.
And I think
I've heard us talking
about be expendable, I think.
And speaking of Sweat, they're saying that the Bears should reach out and go get Josh Sweat and give us the sweatiest defensive line.
These fucking names. I'm sorry. Milk and Cookies, the sweaty
Cookies and
cream, and
get it right.
And who was the guy who just retired? Squirrel.
Oh, Squirrel White.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
We got the Vanilla Gorilla. We've got the Canadian Eagle. We almost had a Squirrel White.
The Vanilla Gorilla. Somehow,
and supposedly, he's doing really well in rookie minicamp. There's a legit shot he's making the team, especially with people being injured. Yeah. But we need to fill the gaps. And speaking of our offensive line, I've yet to find out if it's true, but I read one of these like headlines that we may end up getting Drew Dahlman back because the taxes he's got to pay after retiring was way too much for him not to play. And I'm thinking, if that happens, if he comes back, bye-bye Bradbury. Bradbury will never see the field as a Chicago Bear, because if you keep Dolman and have Logan Jones, I mean, honestly, I think Jones is going to beat him anyway, just from what I've seen. And, I mean, he's going to earn that 54.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Still a little salty about that one. So, and we got anything else you want to get off your chest?
How much I love you and appreciate you, big guy.
I appreciate you too.
Thank you. So when we decided to open the low scale, I'm just glad that you didn't really want to, I'm just glad that you really didn't want to assault me, because I don't know if you can tell the difference. You see him, see me, see him. I mean, I got the bigger arms, but you see, I mean, it's saying like that's why he's Big Will.
And I said this too. So I'm having some vehicle troubles. Last week after I left to go to my kids' softball game, I blew out my tire. Shredded it.
Came off the fucking rim.
I mean, but part of me, that's my fault because I drove.
You sent me this meme like I'm fucked, and it's a cartoon of like sparks out of a tire. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Then he sends me a picture. And I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Let me share it with the congregation since I haven't learned how to put pictures on any of our shows.
I can send you pictures too.
Okay. That was my tire. Yeah. I blew the shit out of that thing. And
this is my reaction. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Well, how are you now?
And so having a fucked up vehicle and needing a vehicle just made shit bad. And in all honesty, prepping for this, being in front of y'all, makes me happy. And he was worried about my mental health. I'm like, I need this. So thank you for being you.
Aww. Either that or I go into my John Morant handgun. Really, after we just did domestic violence. Wow. Look, we got one person watching, and I just kissed you. Holly, he's got options.
Not likely.
No, you're welcome. No, I know what it's. Hold on. In all seriousness, I know what it's like to have shitty vehicles. Trust me. There was times that I would come to back in the day. I would come to a light, and my car would be like. I'm like, and everybody has car problems. Everybody has vehicle problems. Everybody has house problems. It just seems like it happens so often that I was very embarrassed. And there's nothing more embarrassing. We've all driven by somebody who's been broken down on the side of the road. So yes, I was extremely concerned because I know what it's like.
And I appreciated that. And luckily my wife's brother-in-law found me a new rim and tire for
your wife has a sister.
Non-biological.
Oh, okay, because I was like, why didn't you just say your brother-in-law? But then I had to figure out. But no, I have.
So like you're my brother. There's my bro Chacho. You guys are my brothers.
I get it.
So if my wife could say my brother-in-law and refer to you guys.
I'm with you now. But no, I mean, like I have been there so many times. Like, I mean, and luckily at that point I lived in town, so I could walk to work. Now I live 10 minutes outside town, and your drive.
Fortunate enough,
your drive is longer.
My wife goes past my job on her way to work because she works at Cornell University, and we still struggle, but.
No, but I mean, seriously, I know what it's like, and that's why I kept on reaching out to you and trying to offer.
Which I definitely appreciate because, I mean, there was only a few people that reached out to me and were saying, "Are you okay?" and stuff like that, and I appreciate that.
Trust me.
But luckily, I got the new tire. Truck's still crap, metal shavings in the oil, and. I can't afford a new engine. I can't afford a new vehicle because I still owe. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But so yes, for y'all who watch us, even including the one person right now, I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and letting me in your home to do this on a weekly basis.
You were already here before I got home. I think we should kiss more.
All right, it was nice knowing y'all. I'm retiring and moving to Cleveland because I might get a job with the Browns.
As what? Letting Deshaun Watson feel you up?
Ow!
Hey, is that a 9mm in your pocket?
Hey. All right, so
you're gonna cut me off after I said Tiger Woods and Henry Ruggs? Holy crap!
I didn't cut you off. I mean,
no. Now every time I bring up John Morant and his handgun and his one,
I don't know if we'll get canceled.
We're not going to get canceled.
I mean, yeah, but he's a dumbass,
and that's why I make the big bucks. That's why they pay me.
I still get nothing.
Listen, I get
energy drinks.
Did you look at your contract? Does it say you're supposed to get paid? I don't know.
You have a contract?
Every week something else comes out that you're not supposed to know.
Does this mean I need to hold out?
No, I mean, it's just I signed the contract.
Am I going to say that I'm not going to show up and do the show, and then I end up getting paid? Is that how I should do this? Should I call my agent?
What's your son Will be doing next week? Maybe I can get him on the show.
He's a Bills fan. He's not going to want to talk Bears.
Sure he will.
Unless they sign Epinesa or
I'll give him snacks.
Or Bosa or whatever.
No, but in all honesty, seriously, when things go wrong in life, you need the people to check in on you.
Yes,
so,
very much so.
I always say you don't have to thank me. It's just what friends do. It's just it's what a friend should do. Just like I appreciate you. So
we got to show a comment. Holy shit!
Oh, it's Andrew. Hey, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Andrew, I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh, he's up. Wait, how do we finally see comments?
I don't know. Maybe it's because don't question it. It works. No.
All right. I like being a dumbass. I make a lot of money being a dumbass. You got to hit send. There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
It is. We got it. Yay! But you got to give a shout out to Andrew Michael.
Maybe because we finally got to that level.
Even though Andrew Michael is a Patriots fan, he does buy a lot of our merchandise. Yes. So thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let him buy me lunch tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know how it tastes.
What are you going to have?
Whatever I tell him to buy.
I mean, what's on the table? Because I'm going to say if it's something good, have one for me.
Like I will.
French fry or.
Hey, Andrew Bird, make that two lunches tomorrow. Thanks, bro. Gotcha.
I didn't say a whole lunch. I mean, part of the lunch for me. I'm not greedy. Gosh. All right. So let me show you how it's supposed to be done. We had a little hiccup at the beginning because, he decided he needed a case of Akron. Once again, I am Big Will.
I am JDUBBS.
And we are the Bears Broz Podcast. Peace.
Handgun. 9mm.